I love it.
Get real.
That is
Right?
awesome.
Well, we're make everybody get up and dance next time.
Okay, we're with you. We won't talk. That was perfect. Oh my gosh, Whitney, I love that. Everyone, we are happy to bring back, I should say, for a second amazing video training tonight. The incredible Coach Wolff, she is joining us and she is going to pour into us with a ton of information. So if you happen to have your notebook or your journal, this would be a perfect opportunity to grab it, because she's going to be able to share some incredibly empowering information with us tonight. And so she's joining us from Chico area this evening. Okay, very good. And I am going to bring up Coach Wolff to take away the floor. Without further ado, our amazing Whitney Wolff. Thank you so much for being with us.
All right, thanks, Becky. Thank you for everyone who's here, because I love this interaction, and hopefully I'll get better at this so I can actually interact more, because right now I'm just kind of talking at you. But I will pause to answer questions. I'm going to address a big topic, and that's emotional eating. And everybody has some type of form of emotional eating that they're dealing with, so you're not alone. Now, people always, focus on the emotional part when they think about emotional eating, but I like to break it down and really have you see that, it's not really emotional. Emotional is just a side effect, really, a symptom of emotional eating. And so I'm going to break it down for you here into, I've got it outlined into 4 parts on the board. The first one is food chemistry. And that's what really you're in this challenge about, that your R-Bond coaches are helping you with, is the food chemistry part, because all the processed foods, the sugar and the alcohol affects not only your body function and your body composition and the way your body performs, but it also affects your brain and the way your brain functions and the way your brain can process information, and it promotes mood swings, and the negative eating promotes mood swings and up and down behaviors. It doesn't allow you to make proper decisions, and it promotes cravings and all kinds of negative things. But I know there's a lot of information that your coaches, your R-Bond coaches provide. I've read some things on Facebook that are spot on. We could go on and on and on and on about the negative effects of processed foods. So that is one component, and that's why we're in this challenge. So not only is it about weight loss, which I often forget that people are in the challenge for weight loss, because I really do focus on the health effects of these foods, and also how they affect you in other ways. So we're going to go straight on to the next component. So there's 4: habits, choice, and beliefs. Now, I'm all about lifestyle change. The mother of all change is if you can change your belief. Last week I said, my little motto is MC equals ME. My consciousness equals my experience, and that's me. And that is so true, and we're going to talk about that at some other time. But right now we're going to focus on habits, because one way you can change your beliefs is by changing your habits. So I did have you start one habit last week, and that was the reflection habit. There's a method to my madness. I have a reason why I do this, and if you really want lifestyle change, then it's wise to participate in these things, because you will gain a lot of benefit. I've been doing this for a long time, okay? the reflection habit, I'm just going to go over one more time. The reason why I have you do that is because it creates community. And community support is a huge part of success in changing yourself. And the reason why it's safe in this community is because everybody's out for the same thing. So you have a chance to be authentic. And when you are authentic and when you express yourself and your feelings, which is not a requirement of the reflection, but if you did branch out and step outside of your box, it would really help you. So I'm encouraging you to do that. Not only does it create community, but the reflection habit, when you look within, it's the same stimulus as if you were praying, or if you were meditating, or if you were creating some kind of art. And it allows you to stop for a moment and to look at yourself. And that's what we are going to do in many ways. So I encourage you to do the reflection habit, and we're also going to link some other things to it tonight. So please participate. Okay, so in regards to the habits, I have the habit broken down how it relates to emotional eating. And I've kind of created this the way that the average person feels about it, or it happens in their life. First you have a stimulus. And the stimulus really is the emotion. It could be other things as well, but the stimulus in regards to emotional eating oftentimes is the emotion. So I just have here some examples of feeling restless, feeling overworked, feeling overwhelmed. And then the habit, actually you have the stimulus and you want the reward. So you want to if you're feeling restless, you want to have a distraction, or you want to feel comforted. Whatever your desire is the reward. Overworked, you want to be able to shut your mind down, turn it off, have maybe some numbness. If you're overwhelmed, you want your time, or you want to feel loved or something like that. And so that's the reward. And then by having a stimulus and wanting a reward, that's where you form the habit. So the habits can be mindlessly walking into the kitchen and opening the snack drawer and snacking. It can be a number of things. It could be TV and sitting down. If you feel overworked, you sit down and watch TV and have a glass of wine. If you are feeling overwhelmed, you might want to relate to your friends, so you go on Facebook and eat some chocolate. There can be a number of different ways this could come about, but there's a stimulus, a habit, a reward, and the result of this is the craving that happens over and over and over again, depending upon how long this has been going on, okay? So most people, and it creates autopilot. So it is a habit. Think of Pavlovian dogs, right? That's what happens. It's autopilot. So all this creates the autopilot response. One way that you can change all this is an easy way. Easier than changing anything else, I think, except maybe possibly the diet. But these things go hand in hand. They're just as easy. People think, geez, I have to change this. You know what it takes to change this is you really have to change your beliefs. To change your emotions, you have to change your beliefs. And that's not easy to do. And it's kind of esoteric, kind of, out there, you're not sure how to pinpoint it. The same with the cravings. People try and change the cravings. Yes, you can take it out. Yes, changing your food chemistry will help. But the easy one to change is the habit, okay? And that's easy to pinpoint, because I'm going to have you do an exercise and pinpoint it. And you'll see that you can do that. So I talked about the principles that I've developed of successful fitness. And oftentimes these relate to any endeavor. So the first principle of successful fitness was do the most important thing that you have to do to succeed, and do that first, even if you hate it. Okay, so the second principle of success is successful people change their habits that don't serve them. Okay, successful people change the habits that do not serve them. Okay, and it's very highly effective. So what we're going to have you do, your goal is to find a habit and work on changing it. The way that you do that is you're going to examine these things. What is your stimulus? What is that emotion that's stimulating you to get this reward and thereby have adopted this habit? So you're going to make some lists. Find your emotion, find what your reward is, and figure out what you do time and time again that's now a habit to make that happen, and that results in the craving. But we don't need to, you can look at that too if you want. But these three things: stimulus, habit, and reward. Make a list, and then we're going to take one habit that we are going to examine, and that will start next week. That'll be the habit for next week. So I just want you to really take a look at it, because this way this week you're going to be able to look at everything that you're doing and be able to kind of bring it to the surface. So that's what I want you to do, is bring it to the surface. The habit for this week is I want you to not only get involved in the reflection, but comment on other people's reflections. I want you to take 2 people on the Facebook page that have written their reflection and comment on it. And it could be a good job, it could be I went through the same thing, whatever. Just interact with 2 other people on this site. Now, I love this principle because you can actually change everything about yourself. You can make yourself a new person if you change your habits. I have a friend who many years ago, I helped change everything about her. And she actually even changed her identity. She got a new name, and we called her by this new name that she related to, and it was a reflection of all the habits that she changed. It's awesome. She created a new identity, and everyone could go that far or not. But I wanted to also talk about a client that I have right now, and last week she reached 100 pounds of weight loss, and she's been doing this since September. What she has done is changed her habits. She took a really good look at herself and changed her habits. So yes, she changed her food chemistry. She changed that. She made a habit of exercise. So she got a great fitness trainer, and we did that. Some of the things she did is she removed TV from her experience. She totally took it out. No more TV. And that created a void, right? So not only do you have to remove one habit, you have to replace it with another. And so what she's done is to replace the TV is she exercises. She is getting joy out of being outside, because when she was in high school or younger, she loved the outdoors. So now she is hiking in the park, and she's going out on a fishing boat with her boyfriend, and all kinds of things that are outdoorsy. She has a goal of doing a backpacking trip, which she's never done, which I think is awesome. When she was 300 pounds, she didn't have very many friends and not a lot of self-confidence. One of the biggest things that she did, and this takes courage, but she did it, is she began to meet up on the meetup groups with certain meetup groups. I think she went out to a happy hour, but she didn't drink. It was funny. She arrived there earlier than anybody else, ordered a drink that looked like a cocktail, and sat there until everybody else came. But she did. She stepped out of her box, and she started meeting people. And so now, she developed a social group, and she can do other things with other people. took a lot of courage. She also has some tendencies towards OCD, and like she'll go and wash her hair 2 times in the shower. It has to be 2 times, and she's decided that she's going to start breaking that habit. It takes a lot of courage to break habits like that. You don't know what people are going through that are developing those types of habits. And she's actually now washing her hair just 1 time. And so she's doing things like that make a difference. One of the biggest things that she's doing is she's spending time with her 11-year-old son. So she got bikes for them to go out and go bike riding, and she's taking him bowling and fishing and all kinds of things, which, and this is a really sad story, because of her weight and because of her feeling of unworthiness and everything related to that, she not in 11 years of her son's life had ever taken a photo of her. I'm going to cry. She had never taken a photo of them together because she was embarrassed of herself and felt unworthy. So let's see. I just saw a few photos of them together. Very cute photos. Loved it. So she's stepping out of her box. She's being a new person, and it takes courage, and she's doing it. Okay. And one other thing, because she has all this time and energy, she is now studying to go to law school. So there you have it. So everything is connected. All these things, all these habits, emotions, beliefs, choice, we're going to talk about all it. It's all connected. So if you can participate in any way, I try to make everything pretty step-by-step and pretty easy. As we go on, all these build and build and build on top of one another. So if you can create your lists from this, that would be an awesome thing for you to do to really create some lifestyle change. Let's see if I have anything else. I wanted to keep it kind of short. I know last time I kind of talked on and on. So why don't we open it up for some questions and see if everybody's got it and go from there.
Everyone, your line is unmuted. If you want to ask Coach Wolff a question, go for it.
I have a question.
Yeah.
2 people per night on the reflection we need to comment on?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, 2 people per night.
Okay.
And hopefully we'll get more people participating. So encourage your people to get on and write reflections, even if they don't count their points or whatever, but I am going to do something with the points. So if you are counting your points, that would be awesome, because I want to reward people who are counting their points and getting that done, because I want success.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Well, oh yeah.
Not related really to the points and more to the process, but obviously this is a process. We're doing lots of steps, but how do you keep people motivated? Because obviously it takes some time before you see any results from changing a habit or whatever it is. So how do you keep people motivated to do that for longer than 3 days?
Well, that's the key. Usually people pay me. No. With this is very tangible. So if you can pick, you're not going to actually focus on that habit, changing that habit this week, but next week you are. And so once you start changing that habit, you will see good things happen. It might, usually it only takes a few days to see the difference in it, to see the change. So it does take real commitment. And just so you know, another principle of successful fitness is focus. So people who are definitive in what they want and are really headed in that direction and are targeting that and don't let anything stand in their way, they get results. So another important principle of successful fitness is focus. You want it done, you have to do it.
I have a question.
Yeah.
When you look at defining the habit, where's probably the best place to start? At the stimulus, or do you suggest writing down things you do each day?
Yeah, I suggest starting with the emotion or the stimulus. It actually doesn't have to be an emotion. For instance, getting off work might be the stimulus. You know, I mean, you might be like, I'm exhausted, I'm off work, okay, time for a drink of wine, right? Or it might be Friday night. You know, Friday night might be the stimulus. But more often than not, it is related to an emotion, but it takes a little bit to identify that sometimes. But when you are participating in a bad habit, when your mind and your body feels a little bit uncomfortable and you know, okay, this is a bad habit, then I would stop for a second and examine that. What am I doing here? Do I do this all the time? What's causing this right now? Is it anxiety? What is going on? And that way you can determine what you're doing.
Okay.
One other example, and this is from my personal life. My family changed the habit of watching TV, and we sit at the dinner table together, and wow, after really there was some resistance, you know, that's like, this is weird, now we have to talk, you know. So I mean, but we, you know, after a few days it turned pleasurable because now you're communicating with your family. I have clients whose kids insist on sitting down at the table now. They do not want to watch TV because they're getting the focused attention of their parents. So, and it feels good. So that's a big thing that I changed, and it made us all eat slower, enjoy our food more, and also it helped our family relationship.
Awesome. Any other final questions? Coach Whitney Wolff, we love you. This has been so educational, but also so inspirational. Oh my goodness. We love your heart. Thank you so much for committing yourself and being so passionate about the work that you do. It radiates in everything that you share with us on a week-to-week basis. And really, thank you for piping in and making individual comments on our pages, on our reflections. That's really special. That's way above and beyond what we've asked you to do as a part of our May Challenge. And we just love you and appreciate you so much.
Thank you, Becky. I appreciate everyone. I really want to see change. I love everybody, and that's what I'm here for. I want everybody to be happy. So let's do this.
Let's do it.
Okay.
I love it. Way to go.
Reflections. We'll see you in reflections. Bye.